Welcome to this week's Security Report. I'm Paul McCallum. Thanks for joining us. A father and a son were on Tuesday sentenced to a total of 85 years imprisonment for the murder of their relative Suresh Nankishore, called Ravo, whom they beat to death in 2015 over a land dispute at Handsome Tree, Mahika, East Coast, Demerara. Sugdio Dharamdat, 54, called Tony, and his son, 25-year-old Ishwardat Dharamdat, called Budo, were on trial before Justice Navindra Singh at the Demerara High Court. Sugdio was sentenced to 65 years for the capital offence, whilst his son was sentenced to 20 years for manslaughter. 27-year-old Wayne Gilbert was on Tuesday committed to stand trial at the High Court for the murder of Raul Rodriguez, who was killed during a robbery at the Route 32 bus park on January 20, 2017. In 2018, Fabio Yankana and Akeem Heyman were also committed by City Magistrate Judy Latchman to stand trial at the High Court for the same murder. E-Division ranks discovered in Wisrock, Linden, a marijuana farm measuring approximately 1.5 acres on May 1. The ranks found between 2,500 to 3,000 plants, ranging from 1 feet to 6.5 feet in height. The total is estimated to weigh some 250 kilograms. No one was arrested, but investigations are ongoing. On May 7th, around 1500 hours, a joint police-army patrol intercepted a 40-foot vessel in the Cuyuna River and conducted a search and discovered 25 live cartridges. The captain and 12 occupants, including 2 females, have been detained and are assisting with the investigation. They are all foreign nationals. 20-year-old Althea Douglas is in police custody after she was caught attempting to smuggle marijuana inside blue soap to her fiancé at the Luzignan prison in the East Coast of Demerara. Director of Prisons acting Gladwin Samuels said the incident occurred just after 15:30 hours. Douglas was at the time preparing to visit her fiancé, who is currently in the holding bay, when alert officers conducted a detailed search of the soaps and found 19 grams of marijuana concealed therein. According to the prison's director, things are not always as they seem. The public is hereby warned against to desist from smuggling smuggled items into the prison, as there are serious consequences to such action. Steve King, a 19-year-old gold miner, was sentenced to serve 2 years imprisonment on Tuesday by Magistrate Laurent Daly for the illegal possession of a single bullet. King pleaded guilty to having the .32 ammunition in his possession without being a licensed firearm holder on May 5, 2019 at 35 miles Conarock Back Dam, Patara River. Police, responding to a report of simple larceny, arrested and searched King. The round was found concealed inside a container in his backpack. 3 serving members of the Guyana police force who were stationed at the Sano police station were on Wednesday charged with demanding money by menace from 3 Venezuelan women who were trafficking victims. Corwin Mingo, 30, Sion Jones, 30, and Tevin Estrado, 27, were jointly charged with 3 counts of demanding money by menace. The charges allege that between May 1 and 3, 2018, at Macquarie Top Mazuni River, with intent to steal, the trio demanded from the 3 Venezuelan women a total of 15 pennyweights of raw gold valued at 157,000 Ghana dollars. The trio denied the charges and were released on $30,000 bail each. The matter was transferred to the Bartica Magistrates Court for May 16th. Mingo was charged separately for raping one of the Venezuelan women at Macquarie Top Mazuni River. He was not required to plead to the charge and was released on $150,000 bail. That matter was also transferred to the Bartica Magistrates Court. Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan has cited the need to involve more stakeholders in the anti-narcotics fight.
It is endangering our next generation, and we don't want that. And these are bright kids. And just for a couple dollars, these officials might very well be doing it. And so we have to talk to some of these school officials too, because we believe that the culprits are within those schools. It's very difficult to identify them, but we have some suspects. And that's the information, so we will be carrying on that activity.
The minister noted that it is a difficult challenge to garner enough evidence to prosecute some suspects, but ranks will be up to the task.
You have rights that collide now with suspicions. And if you are a rule of law person like I am, you simply will have to give rights the upper hand.
The Guyana Police Force and the state security apparatus are limited by the availability of resources, he explained. In terms of sexual abuse cases, particularly in homes, Minister Ramjitan explained that parents need to be more vigilant and along with communities.
The community knows the suspects that are the pedophiles and all of these sexual predators and so on. The community, we got to come back to the community. Community and its activism is the best prevention. And there is where it's not only a law enforcement thing anymore. Law enforcement will catch them generally after it happens. In scenarios with sexual oppression. Because you got stepfather having intercourse with their stepdaughters, young girls.
The culture of silence must end. He emphasized,
we don't want to talk. Then you stay far away from it. No, we cannot be bowling alone. We have to be our brother's keeper and we have to speak out. And that's what I want. And sexual violence by these predators will be known. And of course, when people start becoming brave to talk, that yes, stepdaddy do this to me, well, stepdaddy will be prosecuted and jailed.
Now for some highlights from the Guyana Police Force. The United States Embassy on May 7th announced that through the Department of State's Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement, it will extend financial support for the project to strengthen the criminal justice system in Guyana until March 2021. It began in 2016. The project will continue to build the capacity of the Guyana Police Force's ranks, the chambers of the Director of Public Prosecution, and other justice sector entities through training and technical assistance. The U.S. Embassy has committed an additional $850,000 and extended the project's time frame to an additional 5 years for a total cost of $1.7 million. The embassy notes the work of the government to ensure the security of its citizens, counter transnational crimes, and increase effective and timely prosecutions. It is also pleased, it says, to collaborate with Guyana on these efforts. The Justice Education Society of British Columbia, Canada will continue to implement this project. A sexual offences courtroom was officially opened at the Berbice High Court. Supported and funded by UNICEF, it was completed in approximately 3 months by VK Construction Services at a cost of $13 million. Chancellor of the Judiciary Acting Justice Yonet Cummings Edwards highlighted that UNICEF has collaborated with the Justice Department, providing much needed financial support and capacity building.
The aim of the Sexual Offences Court is at best to minimize re-victimization of survivors of sexual violence. The Sexual Offences Court seeks to minimize this by providing the facilities that would support victims as they give their evidence.
Now for some highlights from the Guyana Defense Force. Chief of Staff Brigadier Patrick West is happy with the renovation works completed at the Guyana People's Militia's Drill Hall in Linden. On April 30 last, Brigadier West visited 2 sites at which preliminary construction has taken place ahead of the establishment of 2 projects to be completed under the 2019 New Horizons exercise here. Foundation work has been completed at Richmond Hill, where a center for battered women is to be constructed, whilst at Blueberry Hill, similar works have been completed for the construction of a community center. GDF engineers are complementing the work of the New Horizon partners. The Chief of Staff and his team also visited Base Camp Suwayo to inspect buildings which have been constructed or rehabilitated by the New Horizons Red Horse team. These buildings have been outfitted with water supplies, air conditioning, and water purification systems. They will house the body of the United States New Horizon troops, which are expected to arrive in Guyana by next week. Troops are currently undergoing training on several GDF bases, and they have completed successfully the training course exercise Purple Heart, which ended last weekend in the Tacoma Savannas. Inspector General Colonel Trevor Bauman visited the exercise area to witness its conclusion, during which troops demonstrated various elements of military tactics and strategy. Commanding Officer of Training Corps, Lieutenant Colonel Julius Skeet, expressed satisfaction with the conduct and execution of the exercise and noted that while there are still some areas for improvement, the objective of the exercise was met. Exercise Greenheart is designed to allow soldiers to demonstrate their grasp of the principles and practices used in close country warfare. On the Guyana Police Force's wanted list, Vasi Gordon Barry is wanted by the police for questioning in relation to a possession of firearm and ammunition and possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking committed on April 27, 2019 at Dazzle Housing Scheme and Alpha Hotel, Ogle, East Coast, Demerara. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Vasi Gordon Barry is asked to contact the police on telephone numbers 226-2407, 225-2694, 229-2019, 229-2289, or the nearest police station. Kevin Campbell is also wanted by the police for questioning in relation to obtaining credit by false pretense committed on Nelina Rampasod on March 28, 2019. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Kevin Campbell is asked to contact the police on telephone numbers 226-2407, 225-2694, 229-2019, 229-2289, 911, or the nearest police station. The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit is seeking Winston Carto, also known as Chief Mike, whose last known address has been given as 193 Greenheart Street, South Rhineville Gardens. In a statement, Carto said that Chief Mike is wanted in relation to questioning over the 7 pounds of cocaine bust at the Eugene Correa Airport at Ogle recently. The bust resulted in the arrest of 55-year-old Sandra Angela Prophet. She was on May 2nd sentenced to 4 years in jail and fined $9.1 million for attempting to smuggle the over 7 pounds of cocaine through the international airport. And that's it for this week's Security Report. Goodbye.